Welcome back to Sports Review. If you thought the Ashes was done and dusted after the mayhem in Perth, think again. Day 1 of the second test at the Gabba has delivered absolute theatre. We witnessed a historic battle between the bat and the ball under the lights. On one side, a legendary fast bowler breaking records, on the other, England's greatest batter finally conquering his final frontier. England ended the day on 325 for 9, but the scorecard doesn't tell half the story. From a horror start to a stunning century, here is everything that happened on day 1. The horror start and the recovery after the chaos of the first test. England captain Ben Stokes won the toss and bravely elected to bat first on a green Gabba surface. But for the first few overs, it looked like a repeat of the Perth nightmare. The pink ball maestro, Mitchell Starc, was absolutely lethal up front. In a devastating opening spell, Starc removed Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope both for ducks. Duckett fell to a beauty that angled in and moved away, while Pope chopped one onto his stumps. England were reeling at 5 for 2 after just 15 balls. Enter Zak Crawley and Joe Root. Crawley, who was coming off a pair in the first test, decided to fight fire with fire. Despite a nervous start where he played and missed against Starc, Crawley found his rhythm, showcasing exquisite timing against the Queensland seamer Michael Neser. Crawley and Root steadied the ship, navigating the new ball to take England to 98 for 2 at tea. Crawley eventually scored a brilliant 76 off 93 balls, bouncing back in style before underedging a pull shot to the keeper. The middle order collapsed with Crawley gone, chaos returned to the crease. Harry Brook came out swinging, blasting 16 off just 10 balls, but his aggression got the better of him. He attempted a risky scoop shot, missed, and was eventually caught at slip-off Starc shortly after. Things got worse for the tourists. Ben Stokes was involved in a needless mix-up and was run out thanks to a sensational piece of fielding by Josh Inglis, who swooped in from cover. When Jamie Smith was clean bowled by Scott Boland and Will Jacks fell to Starc, England were staring down the barrel, losing 5 wickets for just 54 runs in the final session. The twist in the tale, but amidst the carnage, one man stood tall. Joe Root. After years of criticism and an underwhelming start to the series, Root finally silenced the doubters. He showed the world that class is permanent. Batting with immense pressure as wickets fell around him, Root played a majestic innings. He brought up his 40th Test century, and his very first on Australian soil. It was an emotional moment as he raised his bat under the Gabba lights. Just when Australia thought they would wrap up the innings, Root found an unlikely partner in number 11, Jofra Archer. The two put together a frustrating, unbeaten 61-run stand for the last wicket. Archer defended stoutly while Root kept the scoreboard ticking. Let's talk about the key performers because today was a day of milestones. First, Mitchell Starc. He finished with figures of 6 for 71. In doing so, he powered past Wasim Akram's record for the most test wickets by a left-arm quick. He was unplayable at times, using the pink ball to perfection. But the headlines belong to Joe Root. Ending the day unbeaten on 135, he anchored this innings with a mix of restraint and class. This wasn't just 100, it was a statement. It's also worth noting that England posted 325, their first score over 300 in Australia since 2018. However, questions remain. Australia went in with 4 pacers, dropping Nathan Lyon for Michael Neser, and the attack looked tired at the back end. England, while fighting hard, still threw wickets away with reckless shots. So, where does this leave the match? England are 325 for 9, thanks to Root and Archer. Starc is hunting for a 7-wicket haul. Day 2 is set up beautifully. Can England push this toward 350, or will Starc wrap it up early? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button and subscribe to Sports Review for daily Ashes updates. See you tomorrow.